Hey, welcome back. In this mini lecture, I'll be talking about the 3 stages of public relations development. The bigger idea is that PR is moving toward informing the public and providing information and counsel to management from its humbler beginnings. Let's get to those, shall we? The 3 major stages of public relations development include rhetorician, press agent, and journalistic publicity tradition. First, rhetorician. This is the idea of an early precursor to formal field of public relations. It tried to influence public through what was said, not necessarily what was done. 3 master examples of using rhetoric include Caesar, Pope Urban, and Samuel Adams, who are masters at rhetoric at various stages of our history. This eventually evolved into the press agent approach. A great example is the circus owner P.T. Barnum from Barnum and Bailey Circus. He was a master press agent. He masterfully and maybe inaccurately used publicity to make money, sometimes being deceptive and dishonest, to get crowds. As you can imagine from this, there were some negatives of press agentry. It aimed to gain media and public attention, and as a result, press agentry became increasingly outrageous, exploitive, manipulative, even cruel, as again, ways to get this attention. This is maybe best exemplified by Paul Brousse, the French sociologist who's associated with the idea of propaganda by the deed. This justified actions to gain public attention to political ideas. For example, for late 19th century European anarchists, this meant bombing, murder, and assassination. And overall propaganda by the deed was later known as terrorism after the 1960s. So it's a pretty dramatic use of actions to gain press and public attention. This eventually and thankfully evolved into nonviolent press agentry. The 20th century witnessed the use of nonviolent staged events to draw attention to social and political issues. For example, Mahatma Gandhi used nonviolence to help India achieve its independence. This later inspired MLK Jr. to apply nonviolent events to change attitudes and laws about civil rights for Black Americans. So again, it can be used for quite positive ends. Press agentry can lead to hostility. Because it can be successful at attracting public attention, the public response can cause hostility from the press and public. And this hostility is assured, especially if publicity is coupled with blatantly deceptive and manipulative tactics. For example, press agentry gave PR a bad name that it persists even to today. From this, as a result, PR practitioners should use press agentry with ethics and care to make sure that it's done in a responsible manner. Finally, this all led to the 3rd stage, the journalistic and publicity tradition. By the early 1900s, businesses faced new dynamics, such as heavier government regulations, increasingly hostile criticism from the press, and the rise of American labor unions. As a result of all of this, public relations moved from the stage of press agentry, stage 2, to the 3rd stage, which is an era of public cooperation through the distribution of accurate information, more akin to journalism and journalistic traditions. In terms of final conclusions, today public relations is moving away from using any means available to achieve the desired public opinion, such as in press agentry, and more towards its journalistic tradition, where there's more of an attempt to inform the public as well as provide information and counsel to management. Although obviously there are exceptions and PR can be abused, it's thankfully moving more towards this more responsible journalistic tradition. That was 3 stages of public relations development. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.